Welcome to Ravenscroft's production of Shakespeare's Richard III. Before you view the play, we will provide you with some helpful information and details to assist your understanding of the plot and the characters.
One very important thing in understanding the plot is understanding the family trees and relationships between characters. So first, the Yorks. Some characters are referred to by the title of their land. For example, George, Duke of Clarence, is called Clarence. In the play, the York family consists of Richard III, the main character, and sometimes referred to Gloucester and the Boar, and his two brothers, Clarence and Edward IV, who is also the king at the beginning of the play. Edward IV is married to Queen Elizabeth, and their children are Elizabeth, Edward V, and Richard, Duke of York. On the Lancaster side, major characters are Margaret and her daughter-in-law, Lady Anne. Also, Margaret's husband, Henry VI, and her son, Edward of Westminster, have previously been killed by Richard III. Also, Richmond, who is not introduced until later in the play, is the nephew of Margaret and her deceased husband.
And now, some background on the political events preceding the play that happened during the War of the Roses. Richard III starts after a major power struggle during the War of Roses. The Lancasters and the Yorks begin fighting because King Henry VI's wife, Queen Margaret, convinces her husband that the Yorks were traitors and were betraying the Lancasters. After much fighting, Richard's eldest brother, Edward IV, seized the throne from the Lancasters and Henry VI. During the war, Richard killed the Lancaster prince, Edward of Westminster, and later his father, King Henry VI. This conflict has turned the Yorks and Lancasters against each other, and conflicts between the two families are sure to ensue during the play. And lastly, on to some other characters who appear in the play.
Characters that belong to Queen Elizabeth's family appear in select instances in the play, include Rivers, Dorset, and Grey.
Additionally, the Duchess of York, who also appears occasionally in the play, is the mother of Richard III. Some other characters include Buckingham, Catesby, Radcliffe, Stanley, Hastings, and Brackenbury, all of which at first are, or at least think they are, allies of Richard III.
Thank you for attending Richard III by Ravenscroft, and we hope you enjoy the play.